Okay, welcome back, everybody. Hello again. Good
Hi.
afternoon. Lesson 66, and Sis will be reading this for us. Nouk?
I will read it as soon as I can find what I'm reading.
Oh, okay.
I might have to borrow your book. Show us your book. Lift it up. Oh, I have to. Oh, no, I won't. Okay.
What?
I was very tempted to do something naughty.
Show them your butt.
Do you think I should?
I think you should.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah,
Just hold on.
definitely.
I mean, because these lessons sometimes it can get quite heavy.
Yeah,
Heavy going with these lessons.
yeah.
And it's just so good to bring a little bit of lightheartedness into it. Yeah.
And
So,
before she shows you, our sister has stock in, is it the sticky note? Who makes sticky notes?
yeah, well, I have shares in the sticky note company,
Yeah, yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I've got, oh no, my trash just fell over. Sorry. Oh, what is going on here? Okay. So I might just, can you see something in the chat there, the chat box?
Well,
No, I know you guys viewing this, you can't see the chat box because
no.
it's recording, but there's a message in there. It's from Jesus.
All I'm seeing is a million crosses.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry, sis. I just wanted to show, this is my second copy of A Course
Oh,
in.
yeah, that's not even our first one. Yeah. Okay.
I've-
Raise that.
The first one is not here, but this is my second copy, which I acquired in 1999 or 2000, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it kind of fell apart.
Thank God for duct tape.
That just look at that.
No, show them the spine, sis. Show
Right?
them so they can get a view of all your notes in there.
What's fine? You mean?
Yeah, that. I don't know how you find anything now. How would you know where anything is?
Well, you got to remember that all of the I couldn't.
Real.
Okay, so I'm a late comer to
So.
computers and typing, right? I don't.
Okay.
So the first book that I ever, the first book was right. Take Me to Truth, Undoing the Ego,
Yeah.
and that was written by hand on paper.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, and about 10,000 sticky notes.
Oh.
All right. So I couldn't type, and I was not going to type until, of course, I had to type.
Right. Yeah.
So
Oh,
this was me pre-computer days. The only way I could remember where everything was sticky notes.
Yeah, but then it's like, where's that one sticky note? I don't know. I guess if you're the one doing it, you kind of get a sense for what everything is, but that just blows me away.
Well, yeah. I wrote, Take Me to Truth, Undoing the Ego from this, and I wrote probably the first third of the first volume of The End of Death.
Yeah. Wow.
Also.
Well, we're so grateful. Yeah. Eternally grateful to you and the Sticky Note Corporation. Yeah. Wow. That's amazing. Thanks, sis.
Yep.
And don't feel bad if your book doesn't look like hers. It's okay.
Oh, no. Don't at all. So we're on lesson 66 today.
Yes.
And I love this because it's my happiness and my function are one, not separate.
No.
So shall I read it?
Yes, please.
Uh-oh. I've got a sticky note
Oh.
over the top of what I'm about to read. Okay. My happiness and my function are one. You have surely noticed an emphasis throughout our recent lessons on the connection between fulfilling your function and achieving happiness. This is because you do not really see the connection, not through the ego filter. We don't, right? Yet there is more than just a connection between them. They are the same. Their forms are different, but their content is completely one. The ego does constant battle with the Holy Spirit on the fundamental question of what your function is. So does it do constant battle with the Holy Spirit about what your happiness is. It is not a two-way battle. The ego attacks and the Holy Spirit does not respond. He knows what your function is. He knows that it is your happiness. I might just stop here for a second.
Yeah.
And you know, we've seen the gap diagram. You've probably seen it quite a few times with us anyway.
Yes, want to see it again? Yeah, right here.
People are going to want to burn that gap diagram, right? The ego says that our happiness comes from getting and defending the idols we have in that gap that are all attached to the mythical me, the false self's body identity, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So the more happy and more secure mythical me is, that is what the ego says brings us happiness.
Right. Which really brings us, in the end, it brings us sickness, pain, conflict, and death, right? Did I miss one? Okay. Right. So Holy Spirit, on the other hand, proves that our happiness is assured as we prioritize forgiveness and transcending the ego's self-interests. Very, very, very different, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. Okay. So paragraph 3 of my happiness and my function, which is forgiveness, are one. Yeah. Today, we will try to go past this wholly meaningless battle and arrive at the truth about your function. We will not engage in senseless arguments about what it is. We will not become hopelessly involved in defining happiness and determining the means for achieving it. We will not indulge the ego by listening to its attack on truth. We will merely be glad that we can find out what truth is. Our longer practice period today has as its purpose your acceptance of the fact that not only is there a very real connection between the function God gave you, right, and your happiness, but that they are actually identical. They're identical. Okay. God gives you only happiness. The ego will tell you the opposite to that, right?
Yes.
Therefore, the function he gave you must be happiness, even if it appears to be different. Today's exercises are an attempt to go beyond these differences in appearance and recognize a common content where it exists in truth. So my happiness and my function are one. They are the same. Yeah. Begin the 10 to 15-minute practice period by reviewing these thoughts. And he's given us 3. God gives me only happiness. He has given my function to me. Therefore, my function must be happiness.
I love the logic in there. Oh.
Yeah.
As he goes on to say.
Very good. So try to see the logic in this sequence, even if you do not yet accept the conclusion. Well, the conclusion is, therefore, my function must be happiness, right?
That's right.
It is only if the first 2 thoughts are wrong that the conclusion could be false. God gives me only happiness. He has given my function to me, right? I've forgotten where I'm at.
Last sentence of paragraph 5.
Okay. So let us then think about the premises for a while as we are practicing. The first premise is that God gives you only happiness. This could be false, of course, but in order to be false, it's necessary to define God as something he is not. Love cannot give evil. Love cannot give evil or pain or conflict or loss, right?
Right.
And what is not happiness, wow,
Is evil.
got this one?
Yeah.
What is not happiness is evil. Holy shit. Sorry, I just said that on camera, but wow, that's a big statement, right?
Yes.
What do you think, sis? What is not happiness is evil.
That's right. Yeah, there's no in between, and there's lots of things that we would try to put in between, and it's one or the other. Love cannot give evil and still remain love, right? Love only imparts of itself. So what is not happiness, what is not loving is evil.
Okay, so what he's saying here, he's not saying that evil does exist, right? Sin, evil, they're all the same thing. It's just a dream of it. It's just that we have mistakenly placed our belief in the thought of evil that comes, of course, from fear. We really do believe that fear, probably our greatest idol in many respects, is real, right? So fear and evil are one in the dream. Yeah, because they're opponents, mistaken opponents to God and us. Yeah. Okay, so what is not happiness is evil. God cannot give what he does not have. Wow. And he cannot have what he is not. Unless God gives you only happiness, he must be evil.
And we think that. We even believe that, right?
Of course, we all do.
Yeah.
Well, neither do you, but in the beginning,
Right.
we
Yes.
we do. We may not be conscious of it, and that's why we've encouraged you to what was to do that exercise.
Fear of God.
Are you fearful of God? The exercise itself, because that unearths this deep, unconscious, hidden split we have in our mind, and when it's exhumed and brought to the light, it can be healed very quickly. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Keep reading, Nouk. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's this definition of him, God, you are believing if you do not accept the first premise. God gives me only happiness. If we don't believe it, then we do believe that God is evil. That's basically what he's saying.
And if you believe that death is real, or sickness, or anything that's not loving is true and real, then in our subconscious we have attributed that. We've assigned the cause of that has to be caused from something, so we attribute it to God. When we hear God, created the world, oh well, then God created both good and evil, and so there goes out the first premise. God gives me only happiness. That's why he says we have a hard time accepting that one.
So we need to remember that. Whenever the ego comes up and feels that God's abandoned us, or that we're angry at God because he didn't show up, etc., right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Paragraph 7. The second premise is that God has given you your function of happiness. We've seen that there are only two parts of your mind. One is ruled by the ego and is made up of illusions. The other is the home of the Holy Spirit, where truth abides. There are no other guides but these to choose between, and no other outcomes possible as a result of your choice, but the fear that the ego always engenders and the love that the Holy Spirit always offers to replace it. Thus, it must be that your function is established by God through his voice, or is made by the ego, which you have made to replace him. Which is true. Unless God gave your function to you, it must be the gift of the ego? Does the ego really have gifts to give, being itself an illusion and offering only the illusion of gifts? That's all the gifts in the gap, right?
That's right. All false promises, all that nothing ever delivers. And we find that it's seek and don't find. That's its gift. Seek, 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 strive, strive, stress, try, burn yourself out, and you're still not going to be happy. What a friend.
I mean, all that the ego is capable of.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we really have this experience as we, you know, transfer our trust from the ego's fear to Holy Spirit's love, right? Or the Holy Self's love, is the ego goes from suspiciousness.
Vicious.
That's the best it can begin with, to viciousness. That's it. That's its range. Doesn't go anywhere else except that, right? So paragraph 9, think about this during the longer practice period today. Think also about the many forms the illusion of your function has taken in your mind and the many ways in which you tried to find salvation under the ego's guidance. Did you find it? Were you happy?
No.
We can say that now, right?
No.
Did they bring you peace? We need great honesty today, like radical self-honesty. Remember the outcomes fairly, and consider also whether it was ever reasonable to expect happiness from anything that the ego ever proposed. Yet the ego is the only alternative to the Holy Spirit's voice. You will listen to madness or hear the truth. Try to make this choice as you think about the premises on which our conclusion rests. What is the conclusion, right? The conclusion is, therefore, my function must be happiness. We can share in this conclusion, but in no other, for God himself shares it with us. Today's idea is another giant stride in the perception of the same as the same and the different as different. On one side stands all illusions, all truth stands on the other. Let us try today to realize that only the truth is true. In the shorter practice periods, which would be most helpful today if undertaken twice an hour, this form of the application is suggested. My happiness and function are one because God has given me both. It will not take more than a minute, and probably less, to repeat these words slowly and think about them a little while as you say them. Wow, that's a big lesson, isn't it?
Oh, it's a big, big lesson. Lots in there. And so if forgiveness is your function, only here can you be happy, right? The ego has its substitutes for happiness, but of course that happiness is fleeting and it's not real, it's not lasting, and it's all fear in its different forms. Fear calling itself good, but it's fleeting. You can lose it, right? But what God gives is given truly. This is where we receive, the peace of God, which cannot be withheld. And we experience divine love, which is changeless, perfect, doesn't waver, isn't a cheat, right? That's holy relationship love, not special love. So this is happiness. No real happiness here. That's what we need to come to really recognize. We keep holding out, thinking something in this gap is going to pay off. Something is really good. How beautiful up front to recognize that there is no good. It cannot produce. It'll never pay off. But this is what we want. Okay.
Thank you, sis.
Only as we forgive can we be happy, because the function and happiness are one.
Beautiful. There's some supporting material for those who would like to pursue it for this lesson. It's actually called The Race for Understanding. It's a blog post, but it's there's an audio recording of it. And the link to that is in the description box below. Yeah, it should be there. The Race for Understanding. And you see, I think it's pertinent to this because at this point we're going to be wanting to try and understand, and there may be some frustration and confusion because we don't really understand what these lessons are about. This particular blog post should give some clarity, for you, so you can see that that we, unless there's peace there is no understanding. Yeah. So, and the only way we can get to peace and thus understanding is if we forgive ourselves first. Okay, close the gap.
Close the gap. Yeah, I'm sitting here just looking at this lesson going, the only way that I could really get this lesson is with the help of this. I'm a visual learner. So, I mean, really to understand that while nothing real is going on here, the only thing we can do is to forgive it, to forgive this idea ever could exist. And in that forgiveness, it's closed and we get to come back to our pre-dream status, that we share the mind of God where peace is. And in the peace, everything's returned to our mind. That's true happiness. I mean, that's not just happiness. That's like ecstatic joy. Just seamless in your function, living, loving, and being as God's causing you to be. So that's happiness right there. We never know happiness until we truly know God. At least I didn't. Nothing here that came close. Yeah. So I'm just grateful for the gap diagrams, what I'm saying.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. That's lesson 66. My happiness and my function are one. Thanks for reading, sis. That was great.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.